Okay, we are now live on YouTube, so we are good. Okay, let me just set a few things up. I hope everybody is doing well today. I want to make sure and have give you guys some time to hop on. If you would like to raise your hand at the end, you'll be able to do that. And also, I will be recording it so that you get the replay. And there is a chat area where you can chat if you like something that I'm saying, if you agree with something, if you can feel the energies or whatever it is, you're more than welcome to share. But you guys could hear me and see me very clearly. Yes? Yes? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Paul. We got a one yes. We got one chat going. I love it. Yes. Thank you, Anne. All right. Awesome. So let me go ahead and start our recording for today. Hey. That is not what I wanted to share. This is what I want to share. Hey. Welcome to Secrets to Medical Intuition. Hello, everyone. Officially, how are you? Go ahead and put it in the chat how you're doing on this beautiful, blessed day. I want to see how you're doing, what's coming up for you, because I also want you to share where you're from, where you're tuning in from, because we want to make this fun and interactive. I'm all about fun and interaction. So do share with me. Thank you, Anne. Excellent. Good. So go ahead and put where you guys are tuning in from Florida, Canada. Oh my gosh, Sherry, I hope you are doing okay and well. North Carolina here, doing great. Yeah, Brooklyn, New York, Florida. Well, for all of you who are in Florida, lots of love and light to you. We've been praying for you. And I know I live near Asheville, so I know how tough it's been for you guys. Ireland, tired tonight. Oh, Siobhan. Hopefully we can uplift your spirits and energy before you go to bed. Boise, Idaho. Oh, wow. Upstate New York, Ecuador, UK. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm so glad that you guys are here. Okay. I'm going to shorten my little video so that you guys can see the full screen. Okay, I know you're here because something led you here, whether it was a friend, a nudge from your intuition, a nudge from the universe, a desire to explore what's possible for you. It doesn't matter how you arrived. What matters is that there's a spark inside of you that already started to awaken. You're here because you're ready to take that next step. And I know that even though something led you here, there's this part of you, that spark that I'm talking about, that want to align with that higher self, connect with your intuition and find your purpose, whether it's helping others, helping yourself, tuning into your intuitive skills, tuning into your spiritual growth, or deepening skills that you want to share with the world. What you truly need is to build confidence in your abilities, trust in your intuition, and know that you can heal yourself and others. Right now, I want to invite you to think about why. Why? Why are you here? Because it's essential to understand your why. Why you're choosing to spend this time with me. Many of you know me, many of you don't. Your why today is going to guide you on this journey with me. And so think about your why. And if you have a pen and paper, it's always good to write down your why. Whether it's to learn a new way of working with the body, to enhance or add a new modality, maybe you're facing a challenge you want to get to the root of. Maybe you want to learn to heal yourself or strengthen your intuition. Maybe you're ready to tap into helping others. You can have multiple whys, but you're always going to come down to one why. For me, my why I do this is because I felt like learning to become a medical intuitive was the missing piece to my pain. The pain that I endured for years, my digestion, guys, was completely off. Anybody here have digestive issues? Out of curiosity, because I know sometimes we don't want to talk about it, but I feel like it's one of the most common problems that I see people deal with, whether it's a sluggish digestive system or just something going on, reflux. It could even be a silent reflux or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I see a lot of people saying yes. Okay, cool. So for me, my digestion was completely shut down. I kid you not. I had problems from top to bottom, which started with constipation. Then later it was gallbladder spasms. A few years later, it was kidney stones, yeast infections, rosacea, and the list was just building. Have you ever felt like that? Like your body's just building this list of things that it just wants to continue creating, but it's not creating what you want? And when one thing goes wrong, everything starts to have this domino effect. And in your mind, you're like, okay, what's next? Well, I got tired of that domino effect. And when I went to the doctor, they kept telling me that I needed anxiety medication or some other pill. I just couldn't do it anymore because it was really exhausting, time consuming, and it made me feel hopeless. I had to find a way to heal my body. I knew there was a way. I was desperate. You're, when you get that sense of desperation where you're Googling everything and everything sounds like you. I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. It was like Google was my best friend, but then I bought everything and my pantry was full of supplements. And I'm like, this can't be the right way to live. There's got to be another way. Because I felt like I had to fix myself and figure it all out by myself, I just kept being on this thing called a search. And I couldn't do it anymore. So what I did was for months, I started to realize that when I took this time off and I literally gave up my job, I said, okay, I'm no longer going to work. I'm going to commit myself to healing. I didn't even know what that looked like. I did not know what that looked like, but I was going to heal myself. I was going to find a natural way to heal my body. And it took me a very long time, but within 2 years, I was able to heal my chronic digestive issues and with many perks, I must say, for sure. And I'll tell you what those perks were because I stepped into my true self. I stepped into my spiritual self. I realized there was a whole other dimension and world that I could be a part of. I realized that I could use my guides for support. I could use my body as a gauge for answers. I could create boundaries And that was huge for me. Connecting to my higher self was also a big deal because that's when I realized that there's a part of me that is really the truth that could shed so many beliefs that were holding me back from being that person that I was meant to be and stepping into my purpose and my power. And so my why led me to addressing my pain. My pain was my why. And so I want to know, what is your why? And I want you to share it in the chat because I would love to see why you're here today so that I can address some things with you and make sure, yeah, that you get what you are looking for today. I know Lynn says, feeling like I'm missing something without my own healing client sessions, and yes, some gut issues. Silent reflux, rosacea, fibromyalgia. Yeah. Donna, you resonate with what I'm saying. So some of you are coming in to understand what your symptoms are saying. And Dawn says physical healing and more confidence. Thank you, Dawn. Yes. There's nothing wrong with wanting more confidence because that's also something that I sought out later on. Anne says, because I'm tired of getting rear-ended, broken bones, and accidents and sicknesses in my life. Thank you, Anne, for sharing that because we are going to go through a couple of things that I'm going to share with you today that might also help you with what you're dealing with in your life and really help you understand that. Okay. So some of you do know your why. Now, here's the thing. The more interactive you guys are in chat, the more chances you will have to winning these fun freebies at the end. If I don't know you or get to know you, I can't give you a gift. Okay, we are doing some giveaways at the end. Let me tell you exactly what we're doing today. I'm going to share with you the importance of medical intuition, what it is, how it works, why it's essential for your being. The truth about intuition, where you're going to learn how to where to tune into the body's energy systems and access deeper levels of understanding and healing. Discovering the root cause of health issues, how medical intuition can help you identify and really address the root causes of physical and emotional ailments without taking an anatomy class. And exclusive insights into medical intuition, where you get to go behind the scenes of how you can dive deeper and why it could be a game changer for your health and well-being. We're also going to do a Q&A, and then I'm going to do some free giveaways. I've already got it set up. We're going to give away MP3s, 20-minute sessions, and packages, but you have to be here till the end. And you have to interact because I want to make sure that you're not sleeping. So I'm going to try to make this as interactive and as fun as possible. And the more interactive you are, guess what? You can start to recognize what you've been holding on to and what is going, like you will get some guidance. What if you get some guidance today with what I'm about to share with you, and you can take that and move forward in your life? That's what I want for you. So take it all in, be present with me, put all your stuff away, and just spend this beautiful, sacred space with me right now. Okay, I beg you to do that. Because I know I've been on these webinars, right? And sometimes I get distracted with other things, with the phone, with the computer, with what I have to do. So it's so much better when I've taken that time to be present. All right. So be present with me because I'm going to walk you step by step into your journey to medical intuition and show you what you can create for your body and your life. So drop in the chat right now how excited you are. Tell me how excited you guys are. Okay. Because I want to hear that you're excited. Oh, beautiful. Living with some chronic illnesses and such, I'd like to move further in my healing so that I could use my wellness to share those I work with in my shamanic practice. Awesome, Kim. Thank you. Marilyn, have blood kidney issues, but want to do it naturally, not trusting my guidance. Eunice, free myself from spiritual warfare. Let's see, Lynn, to up level my energy work. Yes, Siobhan, I've done all the physical routes for years. I believe I could do more to move things just by being stronger in spirit. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at all this. And now I want you to write. Okay, Haga says, I'm super excited. Very hopeful. Awesome. Learn to heal myself and rid the hypertension. You know what? That's awesome. That's exactly what I'm going to share with you today. Okay. So let's start with who I am because I know some of you do not know. So let me introduce myself. I am Deepal Shah, and thank you for dedicating this time for yourself with me. I am a medical intuitive. I used to work in the pharmaceutical industry until I found my purpose and healed myself after giving up conventional medicine. And that's where I found my healing. And so I'm here to show you how you can tune into your body and really work with your whole being. I have created quantum body awakening modality. It's a technique that has helped hundreds of my students heal themselves, work with people worldwide, and create their own businesses. I remember sitting here just like you in my first class going what the heck? What is this thing called intuition and how do I buy it? And my teacher kept saying, Deepal, it's going to happen because I was not a patient person. I wasn't patient at all. When I want something, I'm like, please, please, I want it now. There's no such thing as surrendering or letting go or peeling back the layers. There was no such thing in my mind. I didn't even know what energy was. Even though I took biochemistry and did my MBA, they never taught us that we, the human body, is energy. They never taught about the soul, the spirit, the energy systems, and the connections. And so I had no idea what my teacher kept talking about. But it was during a moment in my life when I wasn't expecting anything extraordinary to happen. I had been learning about energy healing and tapping into my inner power, but I didn't fully trust my abilities. One day, I was working with a client who was struggling with chronic pain in her knees. And as I placed my hand on her body, something shifted inside of me. And suddenly I saw an image flash before my eyes. And it was a vivid picture of her childhood. It was her childhood home, specifically in the front yard. I could see this little girl, around 7 years old, holding onto a stuffed animal, looking sad and abandoned. I didn't know why this image appeared, but I knew that it had a significant meaning. Without fully understanding, I was just going with it. I asked her, did something happen when you were around 7 years old? And guys, I got really good at picking out numbers of when trauma happened to people. And that was through practice. But something involving your home or a sense of abandonment, I asked her. And the look on her face told me everything. She teared up and slowly she began to share, with me exactly what she had been through and how she had been left alone for long periods of time while her parents were going through a difficult separation. And in that moment, I realized something profound, that the image I had seen wasn't just a random thought. It was my intuition guiding me to the emotional root of her chronic pain in her knees. She didn't know how to move forward. She felt like she was caught in the middle. By addressing that specific memory and the emotions attached to it, we were able to release huge blocks in her healing process. And that was the first time my intuitive abilities fully opened up. And I understood that I wasn't just working with physical symptoms, but I was working with deeper layers of a person's energy and life experiences. It was the moment that I knew that I could trust my intuition to guide the healing process. And I wasn't going to push and pull this energy, even though I wanted her to heal so bad. And of course, that is always my intention. But from then on, it became a central part of my work. And that was just the beginning of my journey as a medical intuitive. And it changed everything for me. And so I want to share with you the very first secret to medical intuition. Anyone can do it, guys. Any one of you can do it. Do you guys believe me? I want to know in the chat. Do you guys believe me that I'm telling you that you can do it? You can do it. Yes, yes. Good, good. Yes. All right. Yes. Anyone? Yes, yes, yes. Definitely believe you. Thank you for the reminder. Yes. Anyone can do it. Many of you have beliefs, and that's okay. All right. But what if your beliefs are keeping you from stepping into healing yourself or even helping those you love, your family members, your kids, your spouse, your parents? I know many of you are caregivers. I had to overcome beliefs too, and I did it by understanding what is healing all about. It is not about knowing it all. It is about believing that you can and that it is all that it takes. That's all that it takes, is that believing that you can. Many of my students questioned whether or not they should even try to become a medical intuitive. I remember when we started, every single time I've taught, they always ask me, Deepal, am I supposed to be here? Should I be here? And they're scared because the beliefs are stronger than the truth. And maybe you believe that medical intuition is only for certain people, or that you have to have a gift or be born with it. The truth is that anyone can heal themselves. Anybody can tune in medically. Some energy healers just choose not to, and that's okay. But right now, medical intuition is something that is sought out by the actual medical industry, by conventional medicine. And I'm reading all about that, which is quite interesting. Before, hospitals were looking and hiring some Reiki specialists, right? Reiki healers. But now some doctors are starting to work with medical intuitives. So all of you, what all of you need is just one thing. And I'm going to share what that one thing is in a minute so that you can do it. But let's talk a little about what your beliefs are about healing yourself. I want you to put them in the chat because we're going to go over and dismantle and dissolve a couple of limiting beliefs that you might have about healing yourself, medical intuition. So go ahead and write that down. My dog. Yes, Donna, thank you. Your dog. Of course you can heal your pets. I've healed so many people's pets. So yes, you can heal your pets, of course. And pets have a lot of different medical issues that come up. And sometimes the vets don't even know how to answer you, and they want to do thousands of tests. And by the time you're done, you've paid $1,000 in vet bills, right? So what is your limiting belief, guys? Put down your limiting belief so I can assist you, okay? And maybe I'll answer your limiting belief right here, okay? I know I can, but it's like it's out there. I like that. So, Terry, I guess I'm still unsure of myself. Of course, that's called self-doubt, right? Um, and then I'm sorry, I got to go back up in this chat so that I could see. I've heard of it being done all the way back to biblical times, but just not 100% that I could do it. Now, that's a great point. I think I believe there are limits to what healing can happen in spite of what I've seen and experienced, and I don't know what the limits are. I think it's a shift in my awareness. I am sure I can, but I don't know how. I'm not sure what to do. I love this. Okay. Have always been wary of trusting myself. Okay. So thank you guys for sharing that. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some of the limiting beliefs that my students have come to me with. Okay. And so let's start with limiting belief number 1. I'm not gifted enough. Everyone has the ability to heal themselves. You don't need to be born with special abilities or gifts. Just like learning a new skill, self-healing is about tapping into what's already within you. I want you to put in the comments, it's already within me. Can you please do that? Because your body is always working to restore balance. That's why you have to sleep, right? Because your body tries to find balance. You just need to learn how to trust it and listen. Okay, so put that in the chat that it's already within me. Thank you, guys. All right, I need someone else to fix me. Does anyone feel like I need somebody else who could do it better than me to fix me? While others can guide you on your journey, the real power of healing lies within you. So can you please write in the chat, the power lies within me? Please put that in the chat. The power lies within me. No one knows your body than you. No one knows it better than you. I tell my husband all the time, you don't know my body. When I share a symptom with him, I'm feeling a headache or I'm feeling a stomach ache or whatever. He's like, oh, it's this. I'm like, no, you don't know my body. That's not what it is. When you connect with your body's wisdom, you can become your own best healer. Do you guys agree? Others can help facilitate, but the ultimate transformation comes from within. So the belief number 3 is healing takes a long time. Healing doesn't always have to be long, drawn out process, to be honest. Sometimes shifts can happen within moments. When you align your prana, your intentions with your life force energy, right? With your given unique life force energy that you should have within your body and your mind and your energy systems, you'll be amazed as to how quickly your body can respond. Your body's always trying to move towards healing, guys. Your body's always trying to move towards healing. And I had to learn that the hard way. You just need to remove the blocks that stand in the way. It's that simple. Number 4, I can't trust the messages. It's understandable to feel unsure about trusting the messages you receive, especially when you're stepping into something new, right? Instead of focusing on whether or not you can trust them right away, think of it as a learning process. Just like learning a new skill, it takes a little bit of time and interpret these signals. Start by observing patterns. That's how I started out. How do these messages align with what you're experiencing in your life? And the more you recognize these connections, the more confidence you'll have in the information that you're receiving. You don't have to get it perfect. You don't have to get it perfect. It's about becoming more aware and open to what's already coming through. And over time, you're going to feel more natural, and you're going to feel that these messages are more reliable. That's what we want, right? We want to be able to rely on these messages. The fifth belief that I often come across is that if I haven't healed yet, it's never going to happen. So why even try doing another modality or learning something new, right? Healing is not linear. It's not linear. Just because you haven't experienced healing just yet doesn't mean it's impossible. Sometimes the body takes a longer process to release old energy. I mean, think of how much is stuck in your body. And every step that you take is a step towards progress. Trust that healing is a journey. That's the part that you need to trust. And that breakthroughs are going to come. They're going to come when you least expect them. Number 6 is I have to heal others. Anybody believe that you have to heal yourself before you can heal others? To be honest, I don't know the perfect body out there. And you don't have to be perfect or fully healed to offer guidance and support to others. You already offer advice. People come to you for advice. Are they coming to you because you're completely healed? They see you that way? No. In fact, many of the best healers are those who are actively healing themselves because they can relate to the challenges and have a deep understanding of the process. By stepping into your healing gifts now or healing abilities, you can grow alongside those you're helping and creating this beautiful path, this journey of transformation. Your ability to heal others can even accelerate your own healing, right? You've always heard, well, if you heal others, you can also heal yourself. Well, it's so true. You will have so many reflections and revelations as you're healing somebody. Limiting beliefs are these invisible barriers. Are you ready to break them down? That's my question to you. Are you ready to break them down? Because they've been holding you back for way too long from reaching your full potential and from accessing your true capabilities. These beliefs shape how you perceive yourself, what you think about yourself. They create shadows upon your abilities. And they keep you from really opening up the possibilities. So I want you to put in the chat, break down those barriers, okay? Break down the barriers. If you're ready to break down those barriers. Yeah, Harry says, barriers. I'm ready. Break down those barriers. Yeah. What we're doing as you're putting this energy in the chat, guys, we're creating energy, right? We're creating what we want. And so remember, I said there was one thing that you need. to know that you can do it. So I'm going to share that one thing with you right now. It's called intuition. I love it. I love intuition. So shamans and sages and Native Americans, medicine men, women knew about a powerful force eons ago. Within every human being, this powerful force connected humans to everyone and everything, and we call that intuition, the root of inner intelligence. And even when I say it, I get all happy and I feel like, all my hair is sticking up on my body. I get tingles. Anybody else feel that way? Or is it just me? This is like my passion, intuition. It is used by every single person, whether or not you are aware. Oprah Winfrey, Winston Churchill, Steve Jobs, Aristotle used their intuition when it comes to decision making. Executives, CEOs, leaders, entrepreneurs, they're all using intuition. And guess what? You don't have to be one of them, because you are also using your intuition. And yours is unique to you. Have you ever gone to a restaurant? Okay. And you had to decide, right? You're deciding on the menu, on this massive menu, especially Cheesecake Factory, for goodness sakes. Have you seen their menu? Now I got to figure out what I want to eat, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And it's like I feel overwhelmed already. So, of course, I go with my knowledge, I go with my experience. And when I pick that one thing out, let's say I pick out pasta, the waiter or waitress comes over and says, okay, well, what kind of pasta do you want? Spaghetti or penne? And now I got to make decisions based on what I want. And so I'm like, and then I just pick one thing. But see, there's no right or wrong. It's still pasta, right? There's no right or wrong. It's still pasta. But I had to pick between one or the other. And what happened there? My intuition had to kick in. It did. Even though you may not realize it, I saw penne. I tasted penne. I heard penne. I could feel penne. Right? Penne made me feel a certain way. All these things kick in, all these senses. And we don't even know it because it happens so fast. Let's say for some of you have to hire somebody. When I used to work in the corporate world, I had to sit in interviews and we had to hire somebody, and we would have two great candidates. And it's like, oh my gosh, which one should I go with? This one or this one? They're both have the same qualifications. Everything's the same. I love their vibe. What am I going to do? Who am I going to go with? And so I go with my intuition and I pick one. Some people like to toss coins, right? Because they can't rely on their intuition. Okay? But we're not tossing coins here. We're going with our intuition. Now, some of you might have children. Anybody have children? Maybe they're grown up, but mine are 16 and 21. Anybody here have children? Yes, yes. Okay, yes, yes. All right. So you're going to resonate with what I'm about to tell you. So if you have children, let's say that when they were young, or if they are young, you know exactly when they're hiding something or they're lying. Yes? You just know it. Even a 38-year-old could be hiding something, right? Like, it doesn't matter. I'm 48, about to be 49 on the 19th in like 3 days. And I still hide stuff from my parents, right? Like there's things they don't need to know, but my mom always knows I'm hiding something. Okay. And so you, as a parent, always know when your kids are hiding something or if they're lying. So you see, I'm just sharing with you that you use your intuition day and night, but most people don't understand how it's happening. They feel that it's magical or weird that something happened. Like, do you ever hear people say, "Oh, wow, I don't know how that happened. I was just thinking about that and it happened." Or they say, "Oh, that's a weird coincidence." Well, is it really? We all have the power of our intuition to guide us and to lead us to certain messages, um, to certain opportunities, to certain things that we need to know to give us clarity. We have it. We have intuition. But I want to ask you, how do you use your intuition? Do you feel that it's strong? What has it helped you create? And if you can't answer these questions, then we need to strengthen your intuition because it can become weak over time. It's like a muscle in the body, right? If you don't use it, you will start to weaken it. So share how you've been using your intuition. It feels so suppressed since childhood. I trusted 100% and never second guessed. Good, good. I'm so glad. Lynn says, I don't know. And that's okay. That's okay. How are we using our intuition? Are we using it to guide us? Is it being our GPS? Right? You know how we turn on our GPS as soon as we get in the car? Well, as soon as I wake up, I turn on my intuition. That's what I do. Okay? There's not a time that I'm not using it. So I want you to ask your body right now a simple question. Okay? Because for some of you, you're not sure about your intuition. So we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and close your eyes and let's ask your body a simple question. Just ask it to show you yes. And maybe your body will move a certain way, or it'll constrict, or you might have some other feelings. And then ask it to show you no. Now I want you to ask your body, is my name and whatever your name is? Ask your body, is my name and whatever your true name is? Notice any sensations, thoughts, and feelings that arise in response. Pay close attention to how it feels. It could be light, warm, a feeling of openness in your chest or your heart. And now I want you to change that up and I want you to ask your body, is my name, and just pick a different name. And notice how this feels in your body. It may feel heavy, tight, contracted. Go ahead and open your eyes. See how easy it is to use your body as a gauge to your intuition. I'm just reading the chat, guys. Interesting. This is an aspect I'd never thought to use. Okay, if you got nothing, then I want you to do that exercise again by asking your body, which way is yes, which way is no? Because my body, when it's a yes, it moves a certain direction. It wants to spin. Okay. And for some people, because you are you're being put on the spot, you might not get anything because right now you're holding yourself back. You're not allowing your body to express. Okay, so try it again. All right. My name is, and put your true name and see how that feels. See what senses you get. And then change the name and ask again. Is my name Rebecca? Like for me, I feel like my throat gets constricted. Like I feel something in my throat. You might feel tingling or a wind, like just a quick breeze. I want you to recognize the different things. That awareness. If your awareness is blocked, then you may not get the answers that you want. And that's what we want to do. We want to awaken your awareness so that you can tune in easily like everyone else. Okay. And you can use this each day for the small things in your life, or the big things like, should I wear this outfit today? Or should I go take a walk right now? I seriously do that. And even if I'm drinking coffee, it's like, should I drink this coffee right now? I just want to know, what are the signals and can I learn to trust them? All right. So developing your intuition is essential because it will help enhance decision making, improve self-trust, provide better problem solving, strengthen your empathy, trusting your life's journey, and enhancing your introspection, really recognizing the signs and synchronicities, really empowering you and giving you that independence that you're looking for rather than dependence, aligning with your authentic self and reducing the stress and anxiety, guys. We have so much going on in the world right now. Spiritual growth, healing, and overall well-being. This is why it's so crucial to develop our intuition more than ever before. Do you guys resonate with some of these? Because how many of these do you already feel like you have when it comes to your intuition? 1, 2, there's 12 of them here. How many do you feel that you already have within you? I use my intuition to guide my life. Before I fell, had to redevelop. Terry, I felt it as a green light. Okay. Yes, I felt sensation all over my body. That was amazing. Okay. All right. So you guys are still talking about those wonderful sensations. I love it. So think about these things. These are really important for developing your intuition. And I just want to share with you one of my clients. Okay. I want you to meet Alice. There's a lot of steps in the healing process, and you probably need a guide. Okay. A mentor, a teacher. When I met Alice, and got on a discovery call with her, we mapped out the next thing that she could do tomorrow so that she could start healing immediately and over the next 12 weeks. Not only healing, but also tuning into her intuition. I taught her to really just stop, breathe, use the senses, use both sides of the body. And when you breathe and stop and calm down that nervous system, she started to allow herself to open up more. All right, just calm your nervous system down. You don't have to always be on the go. Notice how it feels when you say, nervous system, calm down. Like, do you notice that your body just takes this big breath in and out, like mine just did? We can speak to our body. And her biggest challenge was, I don't know how to talk to my body. And that my intuition, her intuition was that she didn't trust it. She didn't know how to talk to the body. She didn't know she could trust it. She was all over the place and she felt like she couldn't really rely on her intuition very much, because when she would get intuitive guidance, she couldn't really decipher the information because it came to her in many different forms. So working together with Alice, she started to slowly realize that the main blocks she was having was church, culture, limiting beliefs that her mom made her believe as a child about herself and what she was capable of. Alice soon learned to have fun with the information she was receiving and how to follow the energy pathways in the body. She became so quick at it and confident that she finally started to depend on her intuition in her daily life about everything, whether it was about the kids, the spouse, what she would eat, what the pain in her body is saying. And she's so happy she learned how to do all of this because she knew she was meant to be a healer. How many of you know that you're meant to be a healer? Just out of curiosity, I want to see. Yes, 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 yes. Good. I love the energy, guys. Yes, I do. I'm a healer. Yes. Perfect. So we have 8 clairs. You have many ways of sensing information. Your body is multi-sensory. These are different senses that you can use on a daily basis, whether or not you know it. You already use them. Your body, your cells already use them. And it's time for you to own these. I see them as your superpowers: the clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, clairempathy, clairsentience, clairtangency, clairsalience, clairgustance. These are all abilities. How many do you guys have? When you look at these, how many do you feel that you have out of 8 of them? Marcella says, I just had this conversation with someone last night. Hago says 5. All. Anne says 6. Terry, that's awesome. Tatiana, 3, 6. Lynn, maybe 4. None. I don't feel anything. 4. Okay. All right. So we're getting some people who do recognize that they have some. Most people come in telling me that they have a knowing. And what they want to do is have more feeling. Okay. Now, you can have all of them, you can have some of them. And I know sometimes you can't tell them apart when the information comes through because it's coming so fast. Have you ever had like this flash of light and you're like, did anyone else see that flash of light or was it just me? And everyone else in the room is like, no, what are you talking about? You're seeing things. Well, you are, because information comes to you very differently than it comes to everyone else. For some people, certain senses are stronger than others, and that's okay. This is what most healers get confused with. And they also get hung up on this information, which keeps them from believing and strengthening their intuitive senses. You can develop all of these senses and strengthen the ones that you have. This is important to understand because these senses give you clarity so that you can avoid confusion. And you can stop self-sabotaging your abilities. You can have better guidance for the next steps. You can validate your messages. And you just want to have this. You just want to have to awaken this. You already have it. Right? So we just want to awaken them. So here's Jackie, one of my students. And I love Jackie. She was trying really hard. She had clear cognizance, the knowing, but she just couldn't feel anything. She was getting frustrated and wanting to give up. Her mind kept chattering, right? She had that monkey mind. She was trying really, really hard. And because she was getting frustrated, her mind just kept playing games with her. And you guys know what I mean when the logical mind wants to creep in and take over and tell you that you're wrong. She was so smart and creative and really wanted to heal herself, but she would self-sabotage herself by letting her own beliefs get in the way, telling herself that she was a slow learner because that's what she was told as a child. With a clear path that we created together during our discovery call, Jackie felt this huge sense of relief and freedom. Because when she started to work on herself and even help others, she started to see and feel energy like never before. The longer we went through her journey together, she started to receive messages from her own body. Her confidence in her intuition skyrocketed. And that's what I want for you guys. This is what I love about medical intuition. And seeing students transform from what they thought was impossible to possible. So what is medical intuition? It's the ability to sense, interpret, and understand the subtle energies around the body, as well as receive underlying causes of illnesses, imbalances, or emotional blockages. How many of you have had even a medical intuitive work with you? Like, have you had a medical intuition session where you've gone to a medical intuitive to be healed? Or have you, or are you a medical intuitive and you're just wanting to learn more? So I'm just curious. No, never. Okay, yes. No, I have not, but I want to learn more. Okay. No, none of these. I've had sessions on me. No, but I wanted to find one. Have worked with some. Okay, just you. No. All right. So they're a rare gem, huh? All right. So what I want to tell you what medical intuition is not. It's not anatomy, it's not physiology, it's not biology, molecular structures. It's using your senses to tune into your body, clearing blocks and bringing the body back into harmony. And how do you do that? A lot of times you go to the doctor, right? And maybe some of you don't go, but I've never heard a doctor tell me that on a physical level, here's what's happening to you. And on an energetic level, I see that you're holding on to the emotions of anger, shame, guilt, and feeling unseen and unheard. Have you guys ever been to the doctor and they've like broken everything down into different levels of your whole being? Probably not. So, as a medical intuitive, you're able to access information in the subconscious down to the subatomic layers to gain insights to all the different levels: physical, emotional, spiritual, health, and emotional, right? Mental, let's not forget mental, to help your whole being rather than bits and pieces. I'll never forget when I was healing one of my friends and she had cancer. And I was in the hospital and I was turning red and flushing. This was when I first started. I was so hot, I thought I was going to light up on fire. And I could see how much anger was stuck in her body that was showing up through me. The cancer was spreading quickly. And the next day, the doctors, and I found out because she thought she was doing better, but I could feel the cancer within her. The next day, the doctors looked at her, did their exams and whatever, and they increased her treatment. And she mentioned that to me way later, that after you did the healing, the doctors found this information and they actually increased my treatment. Now, I could feel her hurt pain. I could feel the regret, the neglect, the abandonment, because as a child, she lost her dad. Her mom had raised her. And then she got married and her mom was all by herself. And she was always a people pleaser. And it was unfortunate that she had to go through this. She's doing so well now. The cancer's completely gone. She's in remission. But when you're doing a healing, you can tune into different things. Different senses will open up at different times. You may see things. You may not. You may feel things, hear things, taste things. But we have to open that up for you if it's not already open, because it's waiting to be opened. And there's always a divine time for when our senses open up. So, that reminds me, like, we've all been in a room or a social setting where we can feel everyone else's energies, right? You can feel, even by passing somebody in the grocery store, you could feel their energy. You can sense something. And I remember my daughter would sometimes be like, something's not right with that lady, Mom, because she could sense her energy. She might not be able to tap into exactly what it is, but she knew something was not right. Now, here's the other thing. Have any of you had your neck pop or crack? Like even doing a little movement and you're like pop, 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 right? Yeah. You guys have had those snap, crackle, pops, right? Okay, did you know that there's messages there? The body holds energy. It's releasing it with the pops and crackles and snaps, but it has a message for you. Most of the time, we as humans, we laugh or neglect it, going, oh, my neck just popped. And maybe we should be saying, my neck popped. What's the message that my body's trying to tell me? From popping to chronic illnesses, the body speaks, and medical intuition can help you understand what the body is saying when you know the right questions to ask. You don't need to know the anatomy, you just need to listen and ask. Medical intuition has 5 stages, okay? You could go from random, right? You know intuition is a real thing and you want it to be an asset, to actionable, where you want to be the master of your intuition, leaving an impact in the world and living in your purpose. You want to get that intuitive information. You want to be able to manifest. You want to think and it happens. There are stages that you go through, from random to consistent to reliable to accurate to actionable. And we want to take you to actionable. What would that feel like? Just imagine that your intuition is no longer random, but actionable, something you can depend on completely. You're no longer second guessing yourself or wondering if the insights you're receiving are real. And every time that your body speaks, you listen, you know what to do. Just picture yourself waking up in the morning with a clear sense of direction, effortlessly understanding what your body, mind, and energy needs today to stay in balance. You feel empowered. You trust that inner voice as your greatest guide. It's no longer a whisper that you doubt, but a clear, consistent force guiding you in every direction. Imagine being able to recognize the early signs of imbalances, illnesses, stress, and knowing exactly what steps to take to heal before anything spirals out of control. And imagine living that life with a deep, unshakable confidence, fully in tune with your higher self, your guides, aligned with your actions whenever you need. This is the life you step into when you fully trust your intuition. And it's not a distant dream. It's your potential. It's waiting to be unlocked. You are capable. You are capable of so much, and I see it. You're empathic. Even though you are like an empathic, I know that sometimes that blocks. You feel like it blocks your abilities, but it actually doesn't. Here's how you know that you're an empath. And as an empath, you possess a unique gift of sensitivity, but sometimes it can be challenging to tap into and trust your intuition. I definitely can relate, because I remember when I was tuning into my own intuitive abilities, I couldn't even go into the mall. As soon as I would step in, I would flush and heat up. I almost couldn't breathe. This happened about 2, 3 years, like for 2, 3 years, about 10 years ago. And until I learned the tools to be in control of my own energy and not let other people's energies affect me, it was to a point where I couldn't walk out of my house, because I didn't want to deal with the aftermath of trying to regain my energy, because it was truly exhausting. And you guys may understand and know what I mean by that. We isolate ourselves as an empath. We isolate ourselves. How many of you feel drained when you go out in social settings, like even to the grocery store, it drains you? Schools, hospitals, like, do you feel drained? Yeah. That's one of the things as an empath where we're trying to find ways to work with our energy. And a lot of times we incorporate a lot of protection methods. Okay. I remember working with a mom who was constantly tired. She was a teacher and she was in my very first class when I taught this years ago. She was hopeless. She was tired all the time. The kids would take advantage of her at school and act out. She thought it was normal. She thought it was normal that they act out until she learned how to use her energy to influence them. She started to understand that she had these empathic abilities, but she didn't realize how much they were impacting her life. And over time, she saw a huge difference as we worked together in her energy levels, her hormones. She wasn't in fight or flight all the time and afraid of being out of control. Because when you're taking on other people's energies, you feel like you're out of control and you just want to get out. She felt like she regained her power and had more energy than ever before within 12 weeks. The kids were also not acting up anymore because they could feel her energy. And that was huge because it was a big distraction. And now her days are running smoother. And she was so happy that we took the time to help her understand her empathic abilities, how her energy was impacting the kids and vice versa, and to work with her energy so that she could do it on her own, showing her the way, how to love herself so that she could love what she does. The things that you don't realize about yourself is the reason you are different from other people, right? The things you don't realize about yourself is there's a reason because you are different from other people. And I'll tell you what makes you different from other people. It's these mirror neurons. And these mirror neurons are in the brain and they help us to mirror the emotions of other people. Well, she was taking on all the emotions of the kids, and the kids were taking on all her emotions. As an empath, you may find yourself naturally absorbing and mirroring the feelings of those around you, often not realizing it. We don't realize it. These mirror neurons make you more sensitive. They make you attuned to other people's emotions, moods, and even physical sensations. And understanding your mirror neurons, how they work, is the first step to learning to protect your energies, set boundaries, and stay grounded while using your empathic abilities to heal and support yourself or others. So let's do a exercise. So I want you to close your eyes and slowly scan your body from head to toe. And as you do, I want you to ask yourself, what have I absorbed from someone else? Pay attention to the sensations, the tightness, the emotions that don't feel like they're your own. They may feel heavy in certain parts of your body. Maybe random thoughts are coming through. Have I absorbed emotions, thoughts, feelings from someone else? Do you get a yes or a no? If you get a yes, I want you to ask, what emotion is it? And as you breathe in and out, just blow this energy out, seeing it dissolve in the air, returning to the universe for transformation. Feel yourself becoming more centered and anchored. And this beautiful cocoon of light just engulfing you, shielding you. And take a nice deep breath in and out. Open your eyes. Did you feel that sense of calm, clarity, protection? Did you feel that control once you let go, and even while you were doing the process? Many of you are feeling the tightness in your chest or your throat, right? Because that's where energy gets stuck. It can get stuck anywhere in the body. And when you can recognize it, that it's not yours, and what is yours, that you can heal. But most of the time, as an empath, you will hold on to other people's energy. And that's what we forget about. We forget to ask that. Just like Sakiko. This is Sakiko. She had graduated as a medical intuitive, and she used to ride the train full of people. It would bother her because these people would be very close to each other, and they would be using their phones over her head. And she was so sensitive to EMFs. And I taught her in a discovery call exactly what she needs to do to release the EMF energy. And then over time, as we worked together, she saw how she can create these protective methods and use the tools that I taught her to create these protection methods, and the unique grounding methods that I taught her. And she could use them in public settings without other people even knowing. She learned how to decipher, like, is this energy mine? And if it's not, go away, right? I'm not taking it on. She learned how to create boundaries with that kind of energy. And after a month of working on certain self-healing tools, she was able to notice that people started to stay away from her. And she wasn't impacted by the EMF. And of course, she felt healthier, lighter, less exhausted. Can anybody relate to Sakiko? Because maybe some of you also take on EMF energy and you just don't know it. So that's important to ask. So number 2, the secret to medical intuition is you don't need to know anything because the body talks. It provides pertinent information. It holds stories. It reflects on the emotional condition. It knows, right? The body already has the answers. It's constantly communicating its needs. It's constantly communicating its needs. And I repeated that because it's so important for you to realize that my body is always communicating with me what it needs. And it does this with sensations, emotions, subtle energetic shifts. And medical intuition isn't about learning how to sense this. It's about remembering and trusting what you already know. Most people don't have a good relationship with their body. Like I used to tell my body, because I was very skinny, right? And I used to tell my body, God, I hate it. I hate this body because I couldn't gain weight. And when I did gain weight, I still said, oh, I hate this body. I hate this pooch. I hate this flab, right? And so we're constantly judging our body. What are we telling our body? And of course, it comes from trying to be perfect, that perfect child, that perfectionism that my parents needed. So take a moment, close your eyes. What have you told your body in the past? Listen to your body. What does it need? What is it saying? Ask the body, what do you need from me right now to heal? And open your eyes when you're ready. It's so important to do these check-ins. Okay, so important. Our bodies have a lot of stories, right? The stories are your healers. You have 37.2 trillion cells, and 99% of the cells are full of subconscious stories that you are not even aware of. And believe it or not, a human can experience 34,000 emotions. Can you imagine how many emotions are held in these 37.2 trillion cells? Some of the stories that we hold on to, we start to compartmentalize, and they are the inner child wounds, lifetimes, past lifetimes, this lifetime, parallel lifetimes, ancestral patterns, environmental, planetary, what's happening in the planet. A lot of people feel that or know what's going to happen. But you don't have to hold on to everything. Learning to let go is a very important piece of the healing process. And I know it's easy said than done, but I can teach you a simple way of doing this so that you can move forward. I know that that letting go is something you've heard again and again and again. But there's more to letting go than just letting go and surrendering. Okay. And I know that you have goals. I know you have dreams, and I want to help you access that. I wanted to talk to you about Ray. This is not her real name or not her real picture, but Ray was one of my students, and she had chronic health issues inherited from her family. She wanted to heal herself. She didn't understand what the body was saying. And she learned to heal herself by tuning into the stories of our body. Together, we dove into healing the ancestry line and helping her find comfort and happiness again. And she did heal her chronic health issue. The body gives cues in these 5 ways. Are we listening to these cues? Are we in alignment? Are we grounded? Are we conscious? And I want you to know the very third secret to medical intuition is that you're not alone. What you have is prana, which supports you. Accessing your prana is crucial to your healing. Prana is that life force energy that flows through every cell, organ, system in your body. It's that subtle energy that keeps you alive. When prana flows freely, your body will kick in its natural ability to heal itself and maintain balance and stay healthy. And when prana is not flowing properly, you're going to feel angry, sadness, depression, guilt, anxiety, resentment, which creates these energetic dams that prevent prana from flowing freely within your body and your energy systems. And these blockages are stored within the mind. The cells, the tissues, the muscles, the energetic systems like the chakras, the hara line, the energy field, the nadis, the meridians. And over time, these energy blockages manifest as lack of creativity, purpose. You start to feel unsafe. Physical ailments start to manifest within the body, one after another. Mental confusion like brain fog. When this energy flows properly, it revitalizes your cells. It regenerates tissues. It balances your hormones. And you feel more calm, peaceful, happy, healthy. And mainly purposeful. Because when you feel all those things, you feel like you have a purpose. Notice, if you close your eyes, notice if there's anywhere in your body that you feel tension, heaviness, or blockages. Where do you feel discomfort or tightness? Notice where your hand might even take you there, or your imagination might take you there. Now open your eyes. You've tuned into that energy in your body. That's where you're compartmentalizing that flow. It's not flowing, it's not fluid. And so you've compartmentalized your stories here. And we have to peel the layers. Okay? We have to look at that. So just tuning into that pranic flow, focusing on your body, noticing what the tension spots are, placing your hand there once in a while, just to feel into it. And inhaling and exhaling and letting that breath allow prana to flow. Okay, you could do this anytime. Now, the other support system that you have is your guides. You're not alone because you're supported by your guides. Guides act as a bridge between the physical and the spiritual realms, helping you channel healing energy more efficiently. How many of you know who your guides are, or have a team of guides that you always call on, or can even read guides for your people, for your clients? You know who your guides are. Great. You're in tune with them. You could call on them. Mala says, no, don't know my guides. Okay. And that's perfectly fine. Some people just don't know who they are. They don't know them by name. They don't know how to use them in healings. Okay. I'm quite aware of mine. That's great. I've seen and been aware of others too. That's awesome. So I never knew my guides for a very long time, and they had a weird way of showing up in the beginning. And it would always scratch my head. So I'd always like tingling in my head. So I'd always be scratching my head, and people would think I have lice or something. But I had to ask them to stop showing up that way. And they did. But for a long time, they just kept showing up that way. Now I know exactly when they show up during a healing, and I know who shows up. And as a medical intuitive, your connection with your spirit guides is one of the greatest tools, because your guides are these spiritual beings who are assigned to assist you on your journey. They provide wisdom, insight, support in ways that you may not always consciously understand, but their role is crucial when it comes to healing, especially if you're stepping into the realm of medical intuition. As medical intuitives, the guidance that you receive can help you pinpoint what needs to be healed, even if it's not obvious on a physical level. Your guides help you tune into that higher self, that part of you that has access to divine knowledge and universal truths. This is essential when working intuitively, whether it's on your own body or whether it's on somebody else. They help you really just bypass all the confusion and the noise. When you work with your guides, you tap into higher spiritual purpose, both for your own growth and for your healing for others. And they really do help you stay aligned to your soul's mission. Sometimes you don't know the tools and techniques because you might have so many tools and techniques. But guess what? Guess who's guiding you to use which one? Your guides. They are your allies in creating deep transformational healing and to cultivate a better relationship with your body. The bond that you create is huge. It's full of trust, trusting the process, knowing the guidance that you're receiving, knowing that it's coming from higher wisdom. And I recall Micah, when she started with me, she's now a healer on our platform. And she's a wonderful woman and she was spiritually curious, but despite years of practice and dedication, she struggled to truly connect with her spirit guides. She had heard countless stories from others about their guides showing up in vivid dreams, sending clear signals, and even speaking to them in moments of deep meditation. But for Micah, nothing seemed to work. And she wondered, why not me? Why can't I feel them? Am I doing something wrong? And Micah tried everything from guided meditation to quiet prayer, but no matter what, she was just met with silence. And over time, as we worked together, she started to question, right, whether or not her guides would ever come to her. But in the long term, as we continued, she started to find that guidance. She started to tap into it. She felt one day, she felt this nudge, basically almost like a shadow walk past her. She also felt like a breeze many times. And she knew that these signs were not anything that was close to her, nothing material. It had to be her guides showing her that they're there for her. And she was just amazed at the feeling because those feelings got stronger and stronger for her. She started to notice that even in her daily life, when she called upon them, she got answers. She became more aware of the answers. She started to trust them, that they will show up. And she felt very comfortable. That was the biggest thing for Micah. Like she got comfortable when they were around. And so Micah learned that her guides weren't distance away. They weren't distant beings waiting for her to find them. They had always been walking alongside her, just guiding her. And she needed to trust and open her heart. So it was beautiful how her journey opened up. But with medical intuition, I want you to realize one thing because it holds highest importance. Many people feel the pressure because they feel they need curing. They need to cure people. If you feel that you need to cure people, there's a difference in healing and curing. As a conduit of high vibrational light through source, you are a healer. And it's your job to restore wholeness so that the person on the other end can find relief in their symptoms and eventually cure. Disease didn't just happen overnight, guys. It took time to get there. So we have to start working with healing and restoring balance in order for the person or even yourself to find that cure. Okay. And that cure could come in many ways. Okay. It could come as supplements. It could come with using essential oils. It could but it all comes with the messages that you are receiving from the body. What does the body need? Now, the role of alternative healing, 38% of US adults and 12% of children are using alternative healing. The statistics may have changed this year, but by 2030, $411 billion industry. People are starting to use more and more of alternative practices. And that's why I created Quantum Body Awakening. It is a modality, it's an in-person or remote method of healing that taps into specific channels and systems of the body to increase the life force energy and trigger the body's natural healing processes. This course is very different from any other course because it is personal development, healing, and spiritual growth, giving you the tools for confidence, success, and to become the expert. There is a certification of completion. I healed myself by using what I'm teaching others. And we have to learn to use our own prana. We have to go back to the basics. Taking your intuition from random to actionable is my intention. For anyone who's a beginner, intermediate, advanced, or an aspiring intuitive, I want you to know that you can ignite your powers. You can awaken them. You can fire them up and make them stronger by being open to playing with energy, being easy on yourself, knowing that you are the master creator, practicing and clearing your own blocks. And so, medical intuition, this course is a 3-month course. It's 12 weeks. It's a 2-in-1 course to help you grow spiritually and heal physically. What you're going to learn is to heal acute and chronic conditions, the ancient Eastern techniques that go beyond symptom management, and tap into that subconscious quantum levels for you or your clients. You're also going to gain spiritual connections and purpose. As you learn to access the quantum field, you're going to start to see that you're aligning those energy systems. You're developing, you're downloading, you're inviting, you're creating intentions for your growth, and you're also initiating. Okay? And bringing that sense of purpose back. And we're going to awaken your intuitive abilities. as we tune into your body's needs and energetic imbalances and help guide you quickly to trust and build accuracy around your abilities. And if you have a practice or want to start a practice, you can also learn how to get more clients and tailor your skills towards your practice. Okay, I've had many people do that. But phase one, you will learn with me how to tap into each of these areas to ignite your senses with simple and easy, powerful techniques so that you can easily tune in. If you've been feeling the pull to deepen your intuitive abilities, to better understand energy, and to make a real impact in your life. And really, this course is for you. You'll receive foundational tools to protect, ground, and amplify your energy while also learning to connect with higher guidance for richer, more intuitive experiences. This course will empower you to heal yourself and others on a profound level, giving you the confidence, number one, the clarity, and really enhance what you already know. And I will be guiding you the entire way. So intuition setting, it's this great practice, right? Not intuition, intention. Intention setting. It helps you focus your energy and align your goals with your healing work. A lot of times we don't really know how to set intentions. Intentions create a clear path, and I want to show you how to set intentions the right way. Grounding, it's so essential. What I find that people just ground a certain way by imagining roots going down from their feet or a light or whatever. But what if I could show you a better way, an easy way to ground your energy and show you why you're feeling maybe scattered or drained during a healing or after a healing? Grounding will keep you centered and present and connected to the earth. That is very important. Protection. It is so important for us to protect ourselves. Many intuitives are sensitive to other people's energies, right? You know you're sensitive. You absorb other people's emotions. You may be absorbing their karma. I guarantee you are. But we can map all of this out, okay, of what's going to work best for you. Spot treatments. Spot treatments teach you to hone in on specific areas of the body. This allows you to focus energy where it's most needed at that time. I've done so many spot treatments in the parking lot. Okay. And full body treatments. This is addressing not just the isolated area, but treating the whole body, the energy systems, the body, the mind. And you'll learn to balance the entire energetic system, promoting that deep alignment and connecting with your guides, knowing that you are supported, knowing who they are, knowing that you can count on them, learning who new guides are. And I'll let you know exactly which guides have been working with you through this time. And so phase two, because quantum body awakening is broken down into two phases, 1 and 2. In the second phase, you're going to go deeper and learn advanced techniques that you could use in your practice to give you more in-depth information about a specific concern, illness, situation. I remember one of my students discovering how much karma she was holding on to with her daughter. Remember Alice? I shared her information with you in the beginning. She wanted a better relationship with her daughter, and she didn't understand why her daughter would always fight with her. When she learned about karma and the deeper levels of karma, and that there's 4 kinds of karma, and how intricate the weave of karma can be, especially with our soul families, she realized how it was impacting her relationship. And she really started to understand her relationship with her. She understood the dynamic between the two, and that allowed her and guided her to take the steps to change the relationship. There's spinal adjustments. How many people or how many of you have spinal issues? Most people I know get backaches. I used to have lower back pain all the time, neck pain, shoulder pain. Learning spinal adjustments and really tapping into each vertebrae, it's important. Knowing and recognizing your nervous system and how to work with it, play with it energetically. We need to anchor our nervous system, our spine, because our nervous system is the spine is part of the nervous system, but the brain is also part of the nervous system, and the spine, right? It's attached to the spine. Your energy systems, they run like they are centralized around the spine. We have a lot of crucial parts playing around the spine. You'll also be learning how to dive deeper into inner child healing, clearing cords and vectors, and creating healthy boundaries so that you can trust and feel safe again. Color therapy, where you get to use different colors, recognize what colors are influencing you, which colors not to wear, which colors to wear more of, what colors to eat, what colors to be around in your space. You'll also learn about entities, rituals, and ceremonies. And by mastering these advanced modalities, you will gain a comprehensive understanding of how to heal yourself and others on a multitude of levels. The quantum levels. You're going to feel more empowered than you do today. Some of the most common questions that I do get is these. What if I discover something I'm not ready for? Medical intuition is about revealing the body's hidden wisdom in a safe, supportive way. You're never alone in this process, and you only need to discover what is of light and love. Ask for that. I will teach you that. What if I can't heal myself? Well, healing starts with believing in your own power. And again, I guide you to that. I show you, I map it out for you. Okay, whether it's speaking up, using your voice, relationships with a partner, losing weight, healing, whatever, the list goes on and on. You can heal any of these things. What if I'm wrong? This gets me choked up every time, because there's often a fear of making mistakes or misinterpreting the information. But I want you to know there's no right or wrong. Whatever information you get is what you're going to dive deeper into. You're going to peel the layers of that information. Everybody gets information differently. And what if I don't feel anything or don't sense anything? Many worry that you won't be able to tap into your intuition, or that, you won't be able to sense anything. But again, there's a belief that that is holding you back. Okay, if you feel that you don't sense anything, I promise, before you leave, the 12 weeks, you will sense information. You will sense, you will be using. I have not had a student that has not been able to sense. Will I be able to work remotely or in person? Yes. Will I be working on my third eye? Yes. Will I have an opportunity to practice with others? Yes. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and ask yourself, if you're trying everything and spinning your wheels and you're staying where you are and going nowhere, and 3 to 6 months down the road in the same position where you are right now, ask yourself, what is the cost of staying the same? You spend more money, more time, more energy, and go nowhere. How does this impact your life, your relationships, your mindset, your mental health, your confidence? Now imagine waking up every morning with a sense of deep inner knowing, no longer questioning what your body needs or why you're feeling the way you do. Instead, you're tuning into the body's wisdom and you feel the subtle shifts in the energy. There's no second guessing. There's no more second guessing. No more running to others for answers, because you have the support of your body, your guides, your clarity, your confidence, all within you. Imagine how empowering it would feel to be your own medical intuitive. See yourself radiating health, not just on a physical level, but emotionally and spiritually. You're more vibrant, more present, more connected than ever before. You move through your day with ease, knowing that you are supported by the wisdom that lies within you. Imagine what it would be like to finally unlock your full potential. What would my life look like if I truly stepped into my power today? How would my health improve? How would my relationships improve? No more fear, just a deep connection with the body, the energies around you. The doubts and confusions are replaced by intuition. Imagine helping others through their struggles, helping them find their calm and compassion. This is the gift of medical intuition. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice breath out. So I want you to be fully equipped. When you become a medical intuitive, in your journey, you're going to get modules, 2 modules, 24 videos that are going to help you awaken your abilities and strengthen your intuition and allow you to heal others as well as yourself. You will heal yourself. I had one student, she lost 25 pounds taking my class. 24 bonus training videos with Dana and Micah. They are two of our healers. Exclusive deep dive practices where you get to work with me specifically in one-on-one as well as in a group. And we invite volunteers to these deep dive practices so that you can start to practice on other people and tune in. And it's a lot of fun because when we do these practices, it's like it gives you validation. As healers, we need validation to help us with our confidence. And that's okay. And so I want to give you that validation with the deep dive practices. We'll be doing one-on-one as well as group practices. Okay, so in the one-on-one sessions, we get to work one-on-one on your unique blocks. We get to map it all out. We get to see what your goals are, what you'd like to achieve, and I help you get there. There's also a healing community. When you get to phase 2, you could work with my healing community. And there's a lifetime access to the course as well as a certificate of completion. All you have to do at this time is book a call. You will receive bonuses for the next 72 hours, learning to tone. A lot of people want to know how they can use their voice because they've shut their voice down. And during healings, you'll hear people channeling or toning. This will get you started. Purification of the 5 elements, using elements to heal the body. And there's a library of 14 other videos and audios that have specific techniques. There's also a healer script, and the script is going to help you with giving you the right questions to ask the body. How does that sound, guys? So all you have to do is book a call. What you could do is, I did put a QR code here. You could go ahead and put your phone right here at the QR code, and it'll open up a link to my calendar. Let's talk about what you would like, where you are going. Please fill out the questionnaire. There is a questionnaire, okay? And please fill that out because that will give me information about where you're at. I can't guarantee you an actual spot unless I know that you've completely filled it out. And I'm going to put it right here as well. Okay, so if you need the link, you could click here. But go ahead and set up your discovery call, and let's talk about where you want to go and how this course can play a role in your journey to get you where you want to go. Okay, so I guarantee you, if you do the work, you will reap the benefits, and the transformation that you want to see, as my students have in the past, will happen for you. Everyone can do this. You know your powers. You know that if you want to do this, you're getting that nudge, then I highly recommend the form that you're going to fill out. Please fill it out only if you are ready to invest in your journey. If you are ready to step into what's possible for you, because there's a lot of people that want to take advantage of this. And there are limited spots. I take a small number of people. I take about 15 students. And within the first 24 hours of me putting out this quantum body awakening modality, it usually almost gets sold out. So I would love for you, if you want to do it, schedule that discovery call. Let's talk. Let's get you the bonuses. Let's get you on your way to becoming the medical intuitive that you are and help you heal. Okay. So I'm going to stop the share. And any questions, guys? I know we have about 40 people on here. I'm just going to pick people to for the free stuff. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the freebies because I am actually supposed to be live right now on Facebook, so you might get an email saying she's live and I'm with you guys. So I need to make sure that my assistant sends out that message that I am not live and that it will be rescheduled. Um, Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel it because I want to make sure that I have time to answer questions with you guys. Okay, and then we hand out those gifts. So any questions? Donna, we're gonna go over all of that within the one-on-one discovery call, okay? Because I want to really share with you, I want to see where you're at, where you want to go. And, I don't have a set pricing for the course. It's not just one price, okay? So it's different levels. That's why. Okay. So I just want to let you know. Let's see. Rachel, thanks. She did send it out. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm gonna have my other assistant send out. Hey, it's been canceled. So people might come into YouTube and see us here. All right. So I'm curious if the person that trained you or people in this industry, how this has impacted their longevity. If all of their medical issues can be resolved, are they living into their 90s or 100s? Well, that's a good question, Anne. I don't know. I honestly don't know that answer. However, um, you know, I feel like we are all here for a purpose, and I stepped into my purpose. Longevity, can we halt, our aging? Can we do certain things to help us live longer? Sure, we could. And that's eating right? Knowing what to give our body, knowing which supplements to take. We're not going to stop taking our vitamins. And even if we do, that's fine. That's up to you, right? But, um, there's, have they resolved their medical issues? If I speak from my point of view and some of my students, yes, they have. And do they heal all of their medical issues? No. And I'm not going to say that everything just goes away once you start, right? Healing is a process, right? And I've mentioned it again and again that it's a process. It is long term sometimes, depending on what it is that we're trying to heal. Chronic health issues, they didn't just happen overnight. They took time. So guess what? It might take time to heal them. So I hope that answers your question. I'm trying to find your question now because it kind of went to the top. So have they lived longer? Maybe. Have they lived shorter? Maybe. I don't know the answer to that. It's what we do, our sadhana practice, that will dictate that, and our purpose. That's what I feel. And our sadhana practice is our self-care practice. So I hope that helps. And so guys, just write your question in the chat. Can we schedule a session with you, or it's through the course? Marilyn, right now we're just you can schedule sessions through the course. You will have that privilege of receiving sessions from me. So you can definitely do that through the course. Okay. Any other questions? All right, so just go ahead and sign up on this link, okay? And I'm gonna hand out the fun freebies, okay? So let's see where we're guided, and I'm gonna give you my email address so that you guys can email me depending on what you win, and let me know, deepalshah@anandaforlife.com. All right. So let me just go right here. And if I could see the 35 participants, okay. So let's see. All right. So one of the winners, okay, Hagos, you are a winner. You get a free MP3, and I'm just going to write it all down. All right. Make sure you get in touch with me. Julie, there's one Julie here. Julie, you get a free MP3. You could pick out the MP3 on my shop page and let me know which one you want. Let's see. All right. I'm just looking and just asking my guides to guide me. Ruth, you get a 120-minute session. Let's see who else is here. Steve, you get a 20-minute session. Maureen, you can pick out, you get a 30-minute session from my guides. So it's an on-demand session. So make sure when you email me, it says on demand. And let's see, Kim. Let's go to Kim Palouche, a 30-minute on-demand session. All right, congratulations to all of our winners. Congrats to everybody. And if there's any other questions, you can always email me. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Lots of love and light. We'll have the replay up in a little bit. And thank you again. Lots of love and light. Don't forget to schedule your discovery call. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.